What's up, y'all? So it's confirmed. It's confirmed. Young Dolph is being killed. Another senseless murder, man. R.I.P. to Dolph. Condolences to his family. And yeah, man. It never ends, man. It never ends. You know, at the end of the day, this shit never ends. It don't stop. You know, people try to say it's Soldier Boy. You know, other people saying it's Gotti. Other people saying it's just an unfortunate coincidence. I mean, an unfortunate circumstance between, you know, locals in Memphis that just caught him down bad. But either way it goes, this shit don't stop. You know, I ain't really got too much to say about it. I ain't got too much opinions to give about this because it's too soon for me to, you know, I like to touch on topics when they drop because, you know, I try to use it as a message. You feel me? I try to use it as an important message for all my guys out there that's in the street, that's living that life. You know, people out there, if you murdered somebody or if you killed somebody or if you in that type of lifestyle, just know if you live by it, you always die by it. You may escape with prison time. That's a slight chance though. Usually you live by it, you die by it. And think about it. Being that prison is your best escape. That ain't no escape for real. That's bondage. No, ain't nothing coming good out this life. You know, if you selling dope, if you know, not to get off subject, but if you selling dope and, you know, you selling, you know, drugs and, you know, you scamming and stuff like that, man, you better learn to put that shit on paper. Put that shit on paper, man. Get an LLC, start you a legitimate business. Get out of that game, get out of that lifestyle. You walk around with pistols talking about you gonna crash out on this and crash out on that, or prove you the hard guy, man. What's the point? What's the real point that you trying to prove? And who you trying to prove it to? Ain't nobody out here worth impressing but yourself and God and the ones who love and that's riding for you for real. Don't try to live by something and, you know, end up dying by it. You know, one thing about Young Dolph, you know, he was an independent rapper who made it out the mud, who I heard started as a barber and also had ties in the streets. But, you know, he made it out of that situation and he turned it into something major. And at the end of the day, you know, he was a self-made millionaire. He was self-made success. And a lot of people don't like that. You know, a lot of people didn't like that. And one thing he did was he stayed in his city. He stayed in his city. You know, if you look at the history of people who make it and people who tell their stories after making it, the smart ones, the ones who got away, the Jay-Z's, the, you know, the Yo Gotti's, hell, the, you know, we can go on and on. You know, even new rappers that's lit now, 42 Dugg, you know what I'm saying? You got some rappers in Atlanta that's still here, and maybe one day they'll come to the realization that they need to leave. But at the end of the day, if you make it in your city, leave. Don't stay in your city trying to prove that you still down, trying to prove that you still, you know, hell, ALPO, even though he made his own bed, ALPO was dead because he didn't leave Harlem. Witness protection gave you another name, identity, and everything else. And you still had to come back to Harlem. And you came so frequently that they identified you. Now ALPO dead. Now Dolph is gone. You know? So use this as a real important, this for all my street niggas out there. For all my street niggas out there. If you in that life and you getting money, you know, and you toting pistols and you in and out of shit with other dudes and beefing with people and stuff like that, man, if the money coming in and it's coming in, you need to learn how to flip that in a legal way, in a legitimate way. Learn about NFTs and cryptocurrency. You know, plug into the new world. You know, it's a lot more opportunity out there. And the more and more that the world gets advanced with how they do things, you know, the drug dealers and doing that type of street shit, you know, the petty scams, that stuff is turning into small time. That's the new small time. That ain't big dog shit no more. That's small time, and you got to learn how to transfer and transmute that into something different, something positive, and most importantly, something legal. So I'm gonna leave that with y'all, man. Y'all have a blessed one. R.I.P. to young Dolph, man. You know, like I said earlier, condolences to his families and all his loved ones, to his fans. You know, sorry to his fans, sorry to, you know, the people who were associated with Dolph. And yeah, take this as a valuable learning lesson, man. That number one, this shit ain't never gonna stop. It ain't never gonna stop. Don't try to be the one to do it differently. Don't try to be the one that, oh, it ain't gonna be me. It can't be me. It absolutely can be you. It will be you, and it was many before you. And it's gonna be many after Dolph that we're gonna see, because this shit don't stop. One thing about Dolph, he was in love with Memphis. He was in love with his hood. He was in love with his city. And he was fearless. He wasn't scared to be pulling up here, pulling up there, you know, in the same whereabouts that he came out of. And look what it did to him. Look what the city did for you. They didn't love you back. The streets don't love you back. Ain't no telling how much Dolph done put into Memphis, how much money he's invested. You know, he seemed like he was a giver. He gave away a whole whip, a whole Lambo. I think it was a Lambo, but correct me if I'm wrong, but he gave away a whole whip, 6-figure plus whip, to a fan. You know, he was big on giving. You know, they've been on to him for a while now. Got shot in Cali. You know, and that was the second shooting. Of course, y'all know the first one was the 100 shots, and he made it out of that one by the grace of God. But you know, grace runs out. That's what happened. You know, grace runs out. You know, if you continue to do the same things and hang in the same areas, and like I said, and believe that it can't be you, just because you fearless don't mean can't nothing happen. You know what I'm saying? So take that how you will. Peace, love, blessings to everybody. And until next time, peace.